Controversial appearance. Jack Ma is regarded as the epitome of success in China. The result of his achievement has been a rock star lifestyle for Daddy Ma, as some people referred to him online. He starred as an unbeatable kung fu master in a 2017 short film, starring several well-known Chinese actors. He has performed alongside Chinese pop singer Fei Wang. He collaborated with China's best artist, Zheng Fanzhi, on a picture that fetched $5.4 million at Sotheby's sale. Daddy Ma's life was an example to aspire to for China's young and aspirational people. However, recently, popular opinion has deteriorated, and Daddy Ma has evolved into a figure that Chinese people adore detesting. As well as villain, evil capitalist, and blood-sucking ghost, he has received these labels. 10 fatal sins of Mr. Ma were mentioned by a writer. Some people now refer to him as son or grandson instead of daddy. More individuals are paraphrasing Marx in their comments under news about him, saying, "Workers of the globe unite." Trouble with authorities. This decline in status has occurred as Mr. Ma runs into more and more difficulties with the Chinese authorities. Chinese authorities said on Thursday that they had started an antitrust probe against Alibaba, the formidable e-commerce firm that he co-founded and still has a significant amount of control over. Less than 2 weeks after Mr. Ma publicly criticized financial regulators for being fixated on minimizing risk and accused China's banks of acting like pawn shops by only lending to those who could provide collateral, the authorities last month quashed Ant's planned blockbuster initial public offering. On the same morning that the Alibaba antitrust inquiry was made public on Thursday, 4 regulatory bodies said that the representatives from their organizations will speak with Ant about implementing additional supervisory measures. Mr. Ma's corporate empire. On the surface, the rising disapproval of Mr. Ma's corporate empire by the Chinese government is the main cause of the change in Mr. Ma's public perception. For the Chinese government and the business people who have pushed the nation out of its economic gloom over the past 40 years, a closer look reveals a deeper and more concerning trend. Even with China's post-coronavirus boom, more and more people there tend to believe that the chances that individuals like Mr. Ma benefited from are vanishing. Despite having more millionaires than the United States and India put together, just roughly 600 million Chinese citizens earn $150 or less each month. China's luxury spending is anticipated to increase by about 50% this year, compared to 2019, despite a nationwide decline in consumption. Cameo in a transmission. A little over 10 years later, Ma is having a considerably less successful period in the limelight. Following a public display of disapproval of Beijing, his whereabouts were unknown for over 3 months, till he reappeared this week, reportedly deeply repented. He made a 48-second cameo in a transmission from an unidentified location, which one member of a large online community of China observed described as like a hostage video. Alibaba continues to be a dominant force in the Chinese economic world, but Ma has his opportunities curtailed after making the risky and maybe stupid decision to leave the Communist Party, of which he was a member. Ma criticized authorities' stance toward large corporations at a meeting in Shanghai last October, calling them pawn-shop mentalities that impeded innovation. Ma said, "We shouldn't run an airport the same way we manage a railway station. We cannot control the future with today's methods," he said only a few seconds after Wang Qishan, Xi Jinping's right-hand man, had expressed the contrary. Wang had emphasized the need of sound regulation as a means of preventing business from taking control of the government. Outright denial of Beijing rhetorics. George Magnus, a research associate at Oxford University's China Center and the author of Red Flags, Why Xi's China is in Jeopardy, claims that Ma's speech was about risk-taking, putting your neck on the line and not caring the instability that follows from that. This is antithetical to the party of Xi Jinping's doctrine. Jack Ma strikes a rock star stance while wearing a leather jacket, sunglasses, and a wig that gives him a Mohican haircut and long blonde hair in front of the audience. During an event to commemorate Alibaba's 10th anniversary in 2009, Ma plays the rock star to thousands of the company's workers. Image courtesy of VCG, Getty Image, Ma's outright denial of Beijing's rhetoric gained widespread attention on social media, raising the possibility of humiliation for the Communist Party. Even if he was more valuable than £35 billion, it was soon obvious who was in charge. The businessman and 2 of his lieutenants were called to a meeting with banking authorities within a week. A day later, the Ant Group's planned IPO on the stock market was postponed. Ant Group is an online financial firm that was split off from Alibaba and is home to the Alipay digital payment system. Preaching to Chinese businessmen. Jack Ma is one of the most well-liked and well-known individuals to have run afoul of the leadership's new anxiety about people getting out of hand and acquiring abilities that appear to match the authority of the party itself. Entrepreneurs will prosper if they're politically cooperative. They won't prosper and will endure the same punishment that Jack Ma just endured if they don't comply. Ma was absent for 3 months, and rumors abounded. Others said that the 56-year-old was only maintaining a low profile and had been seen on the golf course, while others claimed that he had left the country. When he was unexpectedly ousted as a judge on the television talent competition, Africa's Business Heroes, the rumors gained momentum. Alibaba's share rose 8.5% on the day after the authenticity of the video of Ma was established, but his reappearance did not immediately put an end to the controversy. Ma committed himself in the video, which was dated January 10, but only just made public, to improving the lives of China's rural poor, rather than to problems of commerce and regulation. Speaking to teachers at a remote school, he remarked, "My colleagues and I have been studying and thinking, and we have grown more motivated to dedicate ourselves to education and public welfare." Closest to the camera is the Ant Group offices in Shanghai, which is home to the Alipay payment system. The company's October IPO was postponed. He claimed to have come to the realization that Chinese business people need to devote their efforts to rural revitalization and shared prosperity, two important goals of the Xi agenda.